This was my day today. I'll go and order. It was Huma there, was selling ice cream. Legend of Huma was like my favorite book when I was a kid, and he was selling ice cream rather randomly in this channel, just like sticking out. And then 20 minutes later, when I went out, the ice cream truck rolled down the street. But the ice cream was the double play. I guess the CIA Freemasons have money to run an ice cream truck in my town, but it was yesterday. I took my friend's boyfriend out for I got them ice cream, so it was like a double word score for gang stalking. And then Mr. Nighty Right was a message from yesterday, but the payday, that's the last couple of days, my mom's been having me get paydays at 7-Eleven Paladin, because I just made this character that's a Paladin. I'll never play Paladin in this game. It was just like all one after another, cucking, I don't know. I just assume. But wait is my private thoughts of, how I pray. We had a conversation about my cousin Andrew yesterday. Griffey was saying something in his chat messages, and then Two-Face was, I don't know, I was thinking about Janus, the Roman god, the other day. Hey, that was the gang stalking, like just like boom, and then if we can just, I don't know, let me more people here. Hey. So there's a guy named Skanks, a guy named Boofwee, a guy named Wormslayer, a guy named Erica, a guy named Bruce Steels, a guy named Oswald. They're level 61 in this game. Let's see who all. I don't know, 50 to 55. Let's see how long that list gets. Anyway, here's some normal names in this game. Here we go. There's a guy named Hee, Zertex, Volkov, Oldrith, Flinkum, Zarth, Mercury, Eldritch Runes, Vendor, Stomper. I guess that guy made a bot to sell stuff. Deluxe, Huntsman. See, and I wouldn't have the same paranoia. Like Gakadin, Deborah, Shock Hazard, Thricor, Illigan, Connery, Gil, Ragnar. Anyway, just no names with anything to do with my day, like the last 2 days or what I was thinking, but right there in the spam of it was, it was Huma. It was just like one guy. That's what they swarm up and they plan their attack of like, okay, we're going to say ice cream. You got ice cream yesterday. Like they swarm and they attack. And this is how a representative republic works. It's if you decide to freely speak on their war crimes and you're too articulate, or you try and freely discuss how evil they're being and all the wrong things they're doing, then they come gang stalk torture you. And I suppose is how it goes. I mean, it's not unique. There was, again, the chemtrail whistleblower had the story about the CIA whistleblower, and the CIA whistleblower was the only guy ever charged with torture in the Iraq War. Because he outed that they were torturing people. He outed that they were getting, they were getting 13-year-old girls and 12-year-old girls for terrorists who were willing to talk. I mean, informants in Iraq. Obviously, there was no terrorism in New York. There was a false flag. But they don't know you're supposed to be good to people. They don't know you're supposed to be nice to people. They don't know you're supposed to be compassionate. They don't know you're supposed to be kind. They don't know you're supposed to be, Hey, you're not supposed to do evil, witchy stuff. They're unaware of that. They're not aware that you're not supposed to be manipulative and cruel and mean-spirited and make other people mean-spirited by like, we can get them to echo. Look, kill the brown people. Oh, we're rounding up the homeless people. Homeless people are a problem. That's what the bioterrorist president says. I don't know if Trump's involved in the bioterrorism, just knows better not to look into it because they're blackmailing him with the Epstein Island stuff. I'm sure with that stuff, it was they got him drunk, he was high on coke, and probably did one time with it wasn't rape, it was a, 15-year-old girl, like, Mr. Trump, one of their people probably, or somebody who's been tortured into it to be one of the, it was seductive. What are you going to do? This is my troubles. I used to sit around here with my friends and annoy the shit out of them, watch To Catch a Predator, and be like, it's not the guy's fault. He was raised that way. He was stupid, It's like, so they got me on the defensive, changing like my whole personality, and I just don't like it. So I try to. I wish I was the way I was and cared about everybody, but I don't anymore. They've cooked my brain out. But anyway, where was I going with this? I don't know. That's But yeah, the gang stalking stuff, like they do that to a lot of people. There was a kid randomly on the internet was talking about, he had some YouTube videos, he called it machine organized gang stalking, so they tweak your brain. They're like, look here, look here. It's like the 1111 witchiness. Like, oh, I see 1111. That means somebody's like cares about me. Like, I'm sure someone cares about you up there, but the thing hitting your brain saying, look here, and trying to have power over you, like, it can't get you to violate your conscience. It can't get you to, unless they cook your brain out as a child or whatever. But, you know, it can do those little tweaks. It can do, it seems like in my study of the spiritual stuff, it can do stuff like with the fasting fat lady. That's what she called herself on YouTube. She made it to one day of fasting, and that was the day her friend decided, I'm going to bring her a bunch of Magnum ice cream bars tonight. You know, she was trying to put together like a 3-day fast or whatever, but her friend brought over like the perfect wrong temptation. She's going to be kind. Like, it can get normal people to, it seems like, but the big consciousness violating things, it's only the full-on psychopathic, again, they torture their own kids. They're cold, cruel, so they don't learn compassion or kindness or friendliness or I don't know. Anyway, it's way above my pay grade and way out of my depth. But this is I wish I could call it on-the-job learning, but I have no idea. I'm supposed to be asking God for help, and I don't know how to ask God for help any harder than, look, God, all I've got for you is I'll be a lazy bum. I'm sorry, that's the best I can do. I try to be nice to people is all. Hey. But anyway, this is all the insanity of my life. This is the past 16 years of gang stalk torture. Was unaware that they were infiltrating my family and coming after me. You can have my child if you join us. Like, it's just, it was a shock to me. I didn't know what was going on. They pushed me over the edge of, like, oh, I'm supposed to, try to be kind to people and be nice to people. And then they come and attack swarm and, we've infiltrated your family. We're reading your thoughts. We're special Nazi people, and we do not see our crimes. We only see other people's crimes and prosecute them, and then we organize stuff. So obviously we're good guys. Like, it's not like you're allowed to govern without being a bioterrorist assassin. Like, you're allowed to govern without being a Nazi. Like like you look at America in like the 50s when people actually honestly argued about stuff, and the post World War II soldiers were all home and knew how to do the things, so everybody was on good behavior because politicians knew if they fucked up this bad, if they were, and those people had never had their brains cooked with so they were intact. They never had their brains cooked by the government when they were a baby with chemical poisoning that they know is poison, and they do it on purpose, and they run their disinformation and say, oh no, it protects you and heals you, and the vaccination has never hurt anybody. We have the science to show it. Like, now you're doing myopic science, they're doing studies that, like, oh, we checked 90,000 cases. Yeah, you threw out 100,000 cases, and you checked 190,000 cases, and you threw out all the ones that said, it caused damage. It was just paid for by, the people who, the study was funded by, what was it? I forget. That 91,000 people metadata study was funded by, just 2 steps away from people that were profiting off of cooking babies' brains. Oh yes, we found that cooking babies' brains does not cook babies' brains, and it's in our financial interest. That's what goes on. And anyway,